Oh! Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever applies to you. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Julia. I'm a contemporary singing specialist based in Australia, and today I am diving on into a group that you guys were adamant that I react to. You said that they're like the inspiration for Mamamoo, or a group that is similar to Mamamoo, or something in that trajectory, that timeline of this group came first and apparently they're insane, and you guys have said I have to react to them. So today I will be reacting to Big Mama for the first time, Killing Voice, live on Dingo Music. So let's get into it.
안녕하세요 여러분, 너무너무 오래간만입니다.
안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 빅마마입니다.
저는 신연아고요.
네, 안녕하세요. 이지영입니다. 신나게 놀아봅시다.
미안해요. 안녕하세요 이영현입니다.
안녕하세요. 막내 박민혜입니다.
아시는 분 있으면 아시는 노래 나오면 같이 따라 불러 주세요. 네.
네, 그러면 음악 들려드리겠습니다.
이젠 날 떠나가줘. 이젠 날 다 잊어줘. 나를 버리고 살아가줘. 가져간 내 사랑을 내게 돌려줘.
차라리 떠났다면, 차라리 죽었다면 어쩔 수 없이 참을 텐데 이대로 견디기가 너무 힘들어. 단 한 번 나를 봐주기를, 말을 해주기를, 예전처럼 단 한 번만 난 그렇게 너를 기다리고 너를 사랑해 왔는데.
Break away. No, I can't wait. 내가 널 보내줄게 편하게. I make my way. I throw my pain. 이젠 나 없이도 살 수 있게.
갑자기 네가 또 생각나. 널 떠나버리고서 내가 널 찾아도 넌 모르는 척 누굴 찾아왔냐고 또 다시 날 돌아서줘. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Wanna get 너를 봐.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to pause it because I've never heard these songs before. So I wanted to hear. I can see it's almost to the end. They put chapters on this. I'm gonna keep going and then go back.
다시 널 바라보고 살 순 없어. No, I can't wait. 떠나줘. I make my way. I do my pain.
넌 없었던 사람처럼.
Break away.
Oh, okay. Some are really, really cool moments happening in that song. The overarching feeling for their approach is that it sounds pretty soulful, but more like pop soul as opposed to like soul. We had that awesome growl happening from I don't know the names. The one wearing the long white pants with the writing on it. Cool. Her growl was amazing. Went off for some really high belting. I just want to pitch check where that went to. overall great placement, really forward and resonant. We had a couple of moments where it started to become more nasalized, but that was only in parts. And I found in general when they were sitting lower in their range, there was so much warmth and depth from it that it was really enjoyable. That's what gave me that sort of soulful feeling, is that they weren't shying away from a lot of those darker tones that perhaps in pop we might not go to as frequently, and especially not further back, depending on who you're listening to, of course. But they're not shying away from those darker tones, and they're certainly not shying away from their belt, which needs a stack of resonance, and they are definitely going for a mixed dominant belt as opposed to a purely mass dominant belt there. I just want to double check. There was one little moment where I think it was the lady on the end who I think it was like a chromatic movement in amongst the harmonies, and it was just awesome. Anyway, let's pitch check this belt.
모르는 척 누굴 찾아왔냐고 또 다시 날 돌아서줘 Oh yeah 모르는 척 누굴 찾아왔냐고 또 다시 날 돌아서줘
Oh my god, the piano's gone to sleep. I don't have perfect pitch. That was a guess. This feels like on me to be around a C, and I was right. So C, nice, solid, and then towards the end.
다시 널 바라보고 살 순 없어
They're at an F5. Holy moly. So ringy, so resonant. Let's keep going. This is awesome thus far. Really cool, sitting in the groove. It's a chill song, but they're really hitting some of those like money note aspects. Just they're doing it awesomely. Which I guess if you've had a career doing these things, like your body doesn't really forget, but at the same time, to still be able to, whew, they've been staying on top of something. Like that's awesome. Let's keep going. So now we're up to, I don't know the name of this one, but Blossom 2007.
어떤 말부터 꺼내야 하니 미안하다는 그 말조차 미안할 뿐이야
나쁜 여자야 난 은혜도 모르는 사람 이것밖에는 안 되는 나인가 봐 한결같던 너의 사랑 과분한 줄 알면서 난 어쩔 수가 없었어 돌이킬 수가 없었어 나의 마음이 자꾸 가그 사람에게 자꾸 가참 나쁘지 참 못됐지 미련 없이 날 잊어
하지만 이것만 알아줘 이 말 하나만 믿어줘 널 사랑한 날 동안만큼은 진심이었어
She looks so emotionally engaged. It's awesome. Also, the woman on the far right, her voice is flexible. Loving her tone at the moment. It's rich and there's some warmth in there, but it's agile. So she's moving from note to note. Like it's not even not even a thing for her. She has clearly stayed on top of her vocal technique and has taken good care of her voice because it is beautiful. We've got some flexibility as well from the woman who I've said is really expressive. That emotional engagement, key for good belting. For good singing in general, you want that emotional engagement. This is fabulous, and I love the depth and vulnerability is the word I'm going to choose. Vulnerability in the first vocalist. So the vocalist with the short hair. I think she's with the short hair. Yes. So short hair. She's definitely got that soulful aspect of her range when she's sitting down in there, and there's some darker qualities. I have heard a couple of times that there's some tongue root that is pushing down to facilitate some of those darker qualities, but it's not present there all the time. And just overall, she sounds really soulful, and there's a vulnerability to her particular setup thus far.
하지만 이것만 알아줘 이 말 하나만 믿어줘 널 사랑한 날 동안만큼은 진심이었어
That was cool. She did like a little flutter on her note, like a microtonal.
동안만큼은 진심이었어
Oh, she hit that twice. So tiny little microtonal slide. You hear it in a lot of singers who are from like India or from other parts of the world. So it's a musical thing as opposed to just a vocal technique thing. So different parts of the world will have that more dominantly in their music, and in particular their vocal music. It's a different kind of ornamentation. We don't hear it quite as much in Western riffs. So I thought that was really cool. It's just a hint of it. So it's not like she's going crazy with the ornamentation there, but that was interesting to hear.
널 사랑한 날 동안만큼은 진심이었어 나를 사랑한다면 아무것도 바라지 않아 손을 대면 차가운 내 가슴 안아주면 돼 깊게 새긴 이별도 바보처럼 벌써 잊은 거냐고 그런 말은 내
Those harmonies. Mm. Yes.
사랑한다면 아무것도 바라지 않아 손을 대면 차가운 내 가슴 안아주면 돼 깊게 새긴 이별도 바보처럼 벌써 잊은 거냐고
I love it when harmonies have a little gliss in it. So glissando is like a glide. It basically slides through the different tones. It always, to me, is really effective in inserting just a little bit more of like an emotional grit into the sound. I just like it. And Mamamoo does use them. And I like it when Mamamoo does it. I like it when Big Mama does it. So this is awesome. I want to hear that again.
가슴 안아주면 돼 깊게 새긴 이별도 바보처럼 벌써 잊은 거냐고 그런 말은 내게 묻지 말아줘 삼켜버린 눈물이 혹시라도 입에 가득 고여 새버릴까 봐
Oh, oh, they hit that beautifully. I want to check.
혹시라도 입에 가득 고여 새버릴까 봐
E flat 5. Hey, girl. There's like a lead up to it, but she like hits it smack on and comes straight out of it. Oof. I like the musical ideas in this. Perhaps it's because I really like music that does change things up a little bit rhythmically, and this is definitely ticking some of those boxes for me in that way. They could have just done like a general connected phrase all the way up to that note, and instead they gave each note like its own little moment to really build up. So when you hit that top note, it has an impact instead of it just being like, cool, she went up there. It sounds great, but it hits harder the way that they've done it. So that's awesome.
혹시라도 입에 가득 고여 새버릴까 봐
What a weapon.
사랑해도 되냐고 묻고 또 물어도 대답은 못하지만
Yeah. Woo. Great sustain there. Sounds like someone's going up for a whistle. Okay, so she's on a C6. A C6 goes up for the D flat or a C sharp. Most likely a D flat because there's a B flat just there. So C6, D flat 6, B flat 5. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Okay, so so much range, my god. She's way up in her second register. It sounded like it had a whistle tone tonality, but then I tried it myself and it's not quite the same feeling, but everyone's feeling is different. She could be in second, she could be in whistle, up to her. I would err on the side of she's probably in second. It's just a very light high second. So she's on that C6. She comes out of it and then they sustain the phrase still. Are you kidding me? That's... What a weapon. I don't know which singer did it. I don't know. Whoever they are. Range. Damn.
아무것도 바라지 않아 손을 대면 차가운 내 가슴 안아주면 돼 바보처럼 벌써 잊은 거냐고 그런 말은 내게 묻지 말아줘 나도 괜찮아 누구라도 나는 괜찮아 오늘처럼은 내 눈물 가려주면 돼 그대에게 사랑한다고 그러다가 나만 다칠 거라고 그런 말은 내게 하지 말아줘
I have goosebumps. Like my entire arm all the way up to here is just goose pimply. And I would show you, but I have hairy arms. Belt City, stamina for days, resonant placement, range up to that C6. I don't know who it is, but I suspect it might be the vocalist right on the end. Only just because she was the one who looked to be the most centered. I don't know what it is, but for high notes, it's if you go for them, then they evade you. They're like, ooh, she's nervous or tense. Ha! I'm just not going to exist. So yeah, she seemed to be the most grounded and centered going up towards those notes. Anyway, let's keep going. This is so cool. I'd be interested to listen to what they sounded like when they were like back in 2009 or 2007 or whenever. Wait, that was at the start of their career? 2005, 2007. So they've always been tanks. Wow. Okay. I need to keep going.
전 국민의 아들 노래방 애창곡. 노래방 드디어 팬염 라이브를 여러분 기대하세요.
부끄럽습니다 멤버들 앞에서. 여러분 잘 들어주세요. 아이 부끄럽네 혼자 하니까. 왜 말 안 했니 아님 못했거니 조금도 날 생각하지 않았니 좋아한다면 사랑한다면 이렇게 끝낼 거면서 왜 그런 말을 했니 널 미워해
싶은 마음뿐이야. 그래 더 이상 묻지 않을게. 내 곁을 떠나고 싶다면 돌아보지 말고 떠나가. 눈물은 흘리지 않을게. 괜히 맘만 약해지니까. 내게서 멀어진 네 모습이 흐릿하게 보여. 눈물이 나나봐. 널 많이 그리워할 것 같아. 참아야만 하겠지. 잊혀질 수 있도록. 다시는 사랑 같은 거 하지 않을래. 내 마지막 사랑을 돌아서 너에게 주고 싶어서. 행복하길 바래. 나보다 좋은 여자
I am legitimately crying. Wow. It's because of how much she put into it, okay? Oh my god. Holy shoot. Wow. She's such an emotionally connected singer. Don't you dare ruin my mascara, stupid tears. Oh. Oh dear. Oh. Oh my god. What is it with Korean singers and just annihilating me? Why? Why you do this? Oh my god. Whew. Anyway, and that was purely just because of how emotionally connected she was to the song, her facial expressions, her body. God, she commits everything. And it was like a masterclass in maintaining resonance. How not to over not to over compress your vocal folds to the point where you die after the first belting section. Just wow. All right, let's keep going. I'm only halfway. Am I even gonna survive to the end? Maybe not.
빨리. 다음 거. 신나게.
자꾸 재촉하지 마. 터질 것만 같아. 아직 끝이 아니야. 난 널 믿지 않아. 날 그런 눈으로 바라보는 세상 너나 돌아봐. 멋대로 뜻대로 나 모습 그대로 날 멋대로 할 거야.
She does not shy away from the darker qualities in her sound. Again, a little bit of tongue retention that is kicking in there for her, but she's got the growls down, which, you know, requires the tongue to go back anyway, but she's got the growls down. This is really entertaining, loving the groove. Let's keep going.
그래 너와 내가 다르다는 걸 왜 받아들이지 못해. 내가 너를 그냥 내버려도 두시 그 무엇도 강요할 순 없어. 자꾸 재촉하지 마. 터질 것만 같아. 아직 끝이 아니야. 난 그냥 나일 뿐이야. 널 믿지 않아. 자꾸 재촉하지 마. 터질 것만 같아. 끝이 아니야. 아직 끝난 건 아냐. 믿지 않아.
Whew, whew. Again, so many of those little glissers, the glissandos going through there, that little that slide through the music sounds so cool. Again, a little bit of nasalized placement from some of the vocalists, but I do think that's necessary by the time you're belting high enough to have at least a little bit going through your nose, just to keep that resonance consistent and to alleviate what might feel like it needs to be too throaty. I'm starting to notice a difference in the belting approach between the vocalist right on the end on the right, the one with the like black over dress thing with the belt, and the vocalist who has the white pants with the writing. The vocalist at the end with the black overcoat, sleeveless over thing. I'm just going to call her the vocalist on the end. She's approaching it with a lot more of a mix and a balance to her sound. She's got a lot of power. I would be very interested to hear her as a soloist, just because there's some beautiful color coming from her, and it's so well balanced and so functional that I love it. And then the vocalist with the white pants, she's a little bit more throaty, and she goes for those growls with a lot more frequency than I've heard the other vocalists thus far. Although we did hear a little bit of a growl coming from the vocalist with the short hair. So there's a good mixture of different vocal effects that they're throwing on in there. I've mostly heard the growl thus far, a little bit of aspiration at times in the softer singing, a little bit of vocal fry. Not as much, though, as what you hear in modern music. So I also think that that's a little bit interesting. It's something that sprinkles here and there, but definitely not to the same degree of what you might hear with some modern songs, which always seem to sit down here on the fry. Anyways, we're going to keep going. I thought that was a really interesting point just to make out that they've got different belting approaches and different levels of color because of it. So we're just going to keep going and see what else happens.
Come on. 흔해 빠진 거짓말 안 들어도 뻔한 말 전부 내 눈에는 보여 내 앞에선 절대 못 속여
삶에 얽힌 인연도 운명 같은 시작도 결코 어긋나진 않아 언젠가는 다시 돌아와
애써 외면하지 마 태연히 받아들여 모두 다 조심스레 한 번 더 잘 생각해봐
먼저 하고 혼자 치우면 돼
속는 셈 치고
한 번 봐주면 돼
그냥 네 뜻대로 살아가도 상관없어
겁내지 말고 신경 쓰지도 마 한두 번 겪은 일도 아니잖아 돌아봐 미련도 후회도 없잖아 현명한 선택도 돌아올 시련도 혼자서 마음 먹긴 나름이야
또 하루 이틀 말없이 흘러가듯
고민하지만 너만 믿으면 돼 작은 실수는 날려버리면 돼 가끔 힘이 들고 서러워도 잊어버려 실컷 울어도 돼 참아 못한 말 혼자 다 해도 돼 돌아봐 미련도 후회도 없잖아 두려워하지마 한 번 더 시작해
Oof. Beautiful harmonies. Oh my god, these guys have so much stamina. Like, the amount of belting that they are having to do in each of their songs is just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's not like, up to a C5 belting. It's like C5 and above. What range do you want? And they're singing through all of it. I do feel like the vocalist on the left is starting to warm into the songs a little more. In the beginning, there was a little bit of instability at times, but that's like sometimes that happens. The first song, your voice is just like, "Are we singing? Are we singing?" Okay, and then after the first song, it's like, "Yay, we're singing!" I also feel like the vocalist on the left side, so the vocalist on the far left, wearing the black suit jacket dress, black suit dress, I think. Anyway, so I think her voice is settling into the pieces a lot more. Now we're getting a lot more color from her, a lot more stability through the range, things like that as well. So I think that's awesome that all four of them are like, they're they're clearly in a zone that they would have been in for a really long time. And the body doesn't really forget, even though it does, it gets older and things change vocally. You'll probably find that your range might drop a little bit. Things can become harder and less agile, but they're just kicking vocal ass right now. So let's let them continue to do that, and we will recap at the end.
다소 못하게. 아, 예,
마지막 소원 하나라면 들어줄 수 있나요? 그대가 할 수 있는 일이면
힘들게 지켜온 나의 사랑이 꼭 이대로 머물게 도와줘요.
조금 더 조금만 더 노래할 수 있도록 아직도 많이 남은 내 사랑 모두 꼭 그대에게 다 전할 수 있게.
Beautiful.
소리였습니다. 이곳은 뭘까요? 맞춰보세요.
맞추신 거예요?
퀴즈였어요, 퀴즈. 그래요, 지워볼게요. 지금 기억까지
꿈에서도 남지 않게
조금 더 미울 수 있게 그댈 다 버리게
좀 더 아프게 돌아서줘요. 나 그대와 나눴던 사랑이 이제와 아련한 추억만 너무나도 힘겨워. 차마 두려워서 그대 사진조차 꺼내볼 용기도 나지 않죠.
그래요, 울어볼게요. 내 눈물 달아나
Whoa. She just floated up there like it was nothing. Pitch
나
check.
그대와 나눴던 사랑이 이제와 아련한 추억만 너무나도 힘겨워. 차마 두려워서 그대 사진조차 꺼내볼 용기도 나지 않죠.
D5. Oh, wow. Like it was nothing. I feel like, from what I've heard thus far, she seems to be very comfortable belting and singing high. So I'd be curious, was that always the case when they first were like together as a group? Because I'm wondering if she used hammer vibrato when they were originally together, and now it's in the lower stuff, I get a little bit of instability at the end of the phrases. And then she'll go and do something like that, which, the average vocalist cannot do. And I'm like, what? It is amazing. This has been so lovely. I'll get sappy at the end. We'll keep going. Yes, girl, go off.
없이 흘릴게요. 정빈 내 가슴 한켠에 그대가 없도록 모질게 나 노력해볼게요. 그대여 지워볼게요. 지워볼게요. 눈에서 남지 않게 조금 남길 수 있게 그대 다 버리게 좀 더 아프게 놀아서 줘요.
너무 섹시해요. 너무 섹시해요.
지영 씨.
이거 뭐죠?
이것은 처음 듣는 곡이죠?
여러분 귀 기울여서 들어주세요.
하루만 더 들어봐야 될 텐데.
잘 지내란 인사 못할 것 같아. 오늘까지만 눈물 흘릴게. 혼자 남은
Beautiful, short, sharp, same tonality, harmonies well blended, lovely. Oh my goodness.
오늘까지만 눈물 흘릴게. 혼자 남은 내 맘을 이해해줘. 네 흔적이 그대로 남아서 내 입술이 추억을 부르고 여전히 너를 사랑한다. 내 전부인 나 하루만 더 너를 사랑할게. 단 한순간도 못 잊어. 너 없는 세상이 너무나 아파서 무뎌져가. 다시 돌아와줘. 시간을 기대어 있어마다.
Back up on that F5! Oh my god! Stamina, 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 voice care, stamina, stamina, stamina. Look after your voices, people, and you too may be able to still sing like a badass throughout your life. Wow.
이별을 계속 선명해질까.
Wow.
벌써 끝났나요?
끝났어요, 여러분.
한 번 더 하죠.
한 번 더? 아, 진짜요?
Let's do it one more time.
마지막 곡 되게 괜찮죠? 괜찮으시죠? 네.
새로.
이게 이틀 뒤에 여러분 완곡 들으실 수 있거든요. 저희 오늘은 중요한 부분은 안 불렀어요. 그래서 이틀 뒤에
입일당.
완곡을 쫙쫙 들어주세요. 하루만 더 듣고, 하루만 또 더 듣고, 계속.
아유 좋아요.
좋다.
여러분 만나 뵙게 돼서 너무 반가웠고요. 네, 말씀하세요.
빅마마 음악 계속 많이 사랑해 주세요.
Ooh. Her speaking voice matches her singing voice. It's smooth and slightly husky, and there's a darker quality to it. Are we at the end?
뭐 마지막 한 말씀 하시고
오케이.
오늘 퇴장하죠.
제가 막내인 제가 해도 되겠습니까?
막내 되게 강조하네요. 그렇죠?
뭐 그래?
영원히 막내. 네, 너무 감사드리고요. 네, 앞으로 빅마마 열심히 활동하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
즐거웠어요.
Wow. Okay. Well, I definitely want to go check out more of their music. What a sensational display of some seriously top tier singing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Range, stamina, belting, flexibility, variations of tone, excellent placement, basically a workshop on how to maintain a belt without like destroying your vocal folds as far as keeping resonance there, emotional engagement, different variety of colors across the four of them. Just, That is awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome stuff. I'm so glad you guys told me to react to this. I'm so glad. Otherwise, I would never have known. Now, I know that perhaps speaking about age is not necessarily like it's often viewed as perhaps an impolite thing to speak about, but you know what? Damn it, I'm going to speak about it because I think that this is absolutely incredible, and I'm so glad that there are groups releasing music who aren't in their early 20s, because the voice only gets more amazing as we get older. It's still amazing. It still can do incredible things. As a performer, you have so much more to give than just your early 20s. And in fact, you're probably going to be able to achieve more in your 30s because your voice is more stable, because it has continued to develop. Your 30s and your 40s, like this is when the voice is at its most powerful, because it does have the benefit of, cartilage that is hardened completely. It's got the benefit of all of those years of training, so that muscular development. In fact, there's a reason why for a very long time, only people who are in their 30s and 40s were having careers, particularly in opera and in the classical world. It's because as you get older, your endurance and stamina can go up. The skills you've been working on and developing over the course of years, those only get better. You become even more of a vocal weapon the longer you've been working on something. And I think this is an excellent display of how you can still be an absolute vocal badass. You just got to stay on top of whatever it is that you're doing. So I, for one, will be checking out more of their music. I think that this is awesome. I would love to listen to it because the harmonies were awesome, the range and the belting and the variety of different emotional feelings that they made me feel in this particular video were varied and wonderful. Anyways, that is it from me today, guys. If you enjoyed this one, please be sure to give it a like, click the subscribe button and the bell notification beside it for more just like this one. As usual, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you are staying healthy, and I'll see you next time.